families around the valley, they're starting off the new year with someone missing school or work because they're sick. Several bugs making people ill all across the valley and the nation right now. News 3 Steve Wolford breaks down the symptoms for us.
Call it the fearsome foursome: influenza, respiratory syncytial virus or RSV. COVID is even making a little bit of a comeback, and the new bad boy, norovirus. And these viruses share many of the same symptoms. The flu, along with RSV and COVID, are all respiratory illnesses. Come down with any of these, and you'll feel it in your head and chest. As far as symptoms, let's start with the flu. Fever, chills, cough, body aches, fatigue, possibly some nausea and diarrhea, which is more common in children. RSV symptoms include runny nose, congestion, loss of appetite, coughing or sneezing, fever or wheezing. With COVID, you'll get fever, chills, cough, shortness of breath, congestion, and a sore throat, which sets it apart from the others. Also, fatigue and body aches, as well as headaches, nausea, and vomiting. Last but not least, norovirus, which is a gastrointestinal illness as opposed to respiratory. Symptoms are nausea, diarrhea, headache, fever, body aches. And this virus, which is often associated with cruise ships, is easy to catch.
The virus actually has a capsule around it, so it's somewhat immune to alcohol and surface products that we're used to using to get rid of infectious agents. It can also stick around on a surface for a protracted period of time, and it's incredibly transmissible amongst humans. But it's not limited to cruise ships. We also see it in households, we see it in schools, and we see it in places where people tend to congregate.
Dr. Mark Kahn, dean at the Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine, says norovirus symptoms can be so severe they can lead to dehydration. And it's also the only one of the fearsome foursome that can't be prevented with a vaccine.
We have vaccinations for influenza. The recommendation is that people get vaccinated annually because the virus does change every year. I think people are well aware that we have vaccines for COVID, and we have a new one that came out this fall. COVID also mutates over time. And finally, we have vaccinations for RSV or respiratory syncytial virus. Those are indicated for young children and for people over the age of 50 or people with underlying lung disease.
If you are sick, Dr. Mark Kahn, the dean at the Kerkorian Med School, says it's not necessarily important to know which bug you have. What is important is for you or your child to stay home to keep whatever you have from being spread to others. I'm Steve Wolford, News 3.